What is up, everyone? I'm Skratch. Welcome to the channel. This is another Dragonheir Silent Gods video. Hope you guys are having an amazing day. In today's video, I want to share with you a rare champion that I discovered today. I built him for the very first time, guys, and I'm super impressed with his damage. I feel like a lot of you guys would really benefit from using a champion like him, especially if you are struggling to build more teams for the Otherworld event. Now, before we move over to talk about the champion, guys, I just want to say a big thank you to Dragonheir for sponsoring today's video. If you guys are new to the channel or you haven't tried Dragonheir Silent Gods just yet, this is the perfect moment. Season 2 is in full swing. We have the Otherworld event that is on at the moment, and this is literally the busiest time in the season. This is when you're having most of the fun, trying to build a lot of different teams and engage in all the content. On top of it, we have the next Dungeons and Dragons collaboration event starting in less than a week, or approximately 1 week actually, and so far it seems to be really interesting. Now, if you guys want to help and support the channel as well, you can download the game by using my link in the description down below, or in the pinned comment, or by scanning the QR code you see on the screen. Now, there are some identical twins in Dragonheir Silent Gods, and we're going to spotlight one of them today. Of course, they were separated by the force of nature, guys, and we have one in the fire element, which is, of course, Bronwyn. This is the champion that we are going to showcase today, guys. And we have his identical twin brother in the radiance element, which, of course, is Welby. And I gotta say, both of them are absolutely amazing as rare champions. But because they've been separated by the force of nature, one of them is radiance, one of them is fire. And talking about Bronwyn, guys, he is a wild hero, so he needs to have at least one more wild hero in his team in order to really shine. If you have two, it's even better, but it will work just fine with another one. So let me just quickly go over his skills before we're going to do the run. His base stats are fairly decent, 1346 attack. His survivability is not necessarily the best, but for what we are going to use him, we do not even care about survivability whatsoever. With a passive, each successful wild check by allies grant a damage bonus to the hero's next basic attack, dealing 250% attack fire damage. So the more wild heroes you have in here proccing wild, the more damage he will deal with his next basic attack. You know, if you have them timed at a different interval, that would actually help him. If they're all going to use their skill at the same time, you won't be getting necessarily extra damage from each one of the allies, so one of them will work just fine. The battle skill deals 360% attack fire damage to an enemy and gains attack up. So that's pretty straightforward. It's not crazy damage, but you are gaining the increased attack. Then you have his ultimate, which deals 750% attack fire damage to the enemy while ignoring their shield. So this can be helpful as well if you are struggling against enemies that have shield and you're trying to kill them. This can potentially be helpful. Usually you have the frost domain that has issues like this. The only problem, he's not great for waves. So I see this champion very effective against bosses where you have no waves, you're not encountering waves, just straight bosses. And that's why he does shine against the Chaos Shadow bosses, you know. This is what the champion can do. He has a pretty simple kit. Now, you may notice that he's not even max level, but if I have enough potions to level him up, we are going to do it. I have to run 2 more teams. I need to run this team right here, and I need to run my first fire team right here, and I will be done with 15 teams. Now, this is the team that we are going to run. The main thing that I've noticed, he was hitting harder than Casper. I was like, what? And I decided, you know what, I gotta share this with the rest of the people because the champion is actually pretty interesting. This is what we have in terms of artifacts, but what I have on him is the Eyeball of the Giant, which is an epic artifact. I have an inventor set, but I'm gonna show you the build at the end. Or we can actually go over the build right now because I will try to max his level. Hopefully I have enough pots. I don't need to level up any other champion this season. I'm done. I have 15 teams up and running, guys, and he is level 100. He is scrolled. This is what I have on him. Eyeball of the Giant. I have an inventor set. And total stats, 35k HP, 1.5k defense, 4.9k attack, 94 crit rate, 170 crit damage. No skill haste whatsoever. And I'm going to show you the build on Casper as well, if you're curious. He has a very similar amount of attack. he has a bit more crit damage than him, and he has full crit rate, and he has a legendary artifact instead. He has the Flame Tongue, you know. But I'm not trying to compare him with Casper because they do work pretty different. But what I will show you instead is how the champion actually performs in here, and I really think that his damage is pretty damn impressive actually. So just check this out. I'm gonna put it on 1x speed before they're using their ultimate. So we have Casper, right? Proccing his first hit. 431k. Then we have, of course, him with 533k hit, guys. Wow, right? Isn't that pretty damn crazy? What an amazing damage. Super solid damage, actually. I was so impressed when I've seen the first hit from him before 500k. I was like, wow. Have I saw that right, or was a 50k hit? You know, I couldn't believe it initially because I've never used this rare champion before. I've been using Nida for quite a long time. I've used her multiple times before, but I never really used him. You know, I haven't tried him at all. So I was really surprised to see what sort of damage he actually deals, and it is definitely very impressive. Now, I was really debating. If you guys watched the video that I've posted a few days ago with all of my 15 teams, I had 13 of them ready, and I was still building 2 of them. I was in the process, so I had a few different theories like, okay, should I use maybe this full burn team? So I create a second burn team. But then I was like, okay, I have all these burn champions, and I need to basically scroll 2 of them to epics, and I had no more scrolls. So then I was like, okay, I just summoned Rash a couple of days ago, the legendary wild hero, and I was like, let me see if I can build another wild hero. Another wild team, sorry. So I decided to go and build up Alfie. I built him, and I was like, wow, you know, definitely pretty impressive. 1 minute and 30 seconds in, and we already dealt 14 million damage. Pretty solid, right? Pretty solid. No, I don't really have them. Timed. So I have Karza using her ultimate pretty damn often, you know, so she's definitely going to use it quite a bit. So I'll be losing defense down every now and then, which is fine. Is honestly not the biggest issue. I have plenty of damage, but I just really wanted to show you what an insane amount of damage he deals. Like, check that out. Look at Casper and look at him. They are literally like this in terms of damage. Casper is barely out damaging him by a little bit. It's true, Casper's artifact is not fully maxed just yet. It's close to being maxed, but it doesn't matter. Casper does have the legendary artifact. He is a legendary hero, so you would expect to see quite a big difference in between the 2 of them. But for my surprise, when I've seen this, I was like, wow, like for real? Is this for real, you know? Was really, really impressive. I'm gonna let the entire run go, guys. I don't think we're going to survive 5 minutes because we only have Estelle as a healer in here. So I just wanted to... I only need 22 million anyway, you know? But I want to see how big of a gap we are creating in the damage from these 2 champions. You see, for the last 1 minute and something, we don't have defense down when they're using their ultimate. If I would time that as well, honestly, it would be even crazier, the damage. But I haven't bothered to do it because I need Karza to put a decrease attack and decrease speed penalty as often as possible, and she has quite a bit of skill haste on top of it, you know. But either way, we are looking very, very solid. We have Casper with 11 million damage, and we have him with 10.2. So Casper 39% almost, and he's with 35%. And he's a rare champion, guys. Not even an epic, right? I do think that the damage is pretty impressive. Pretty impressive. I should stop and time it a bit so we hit the ultimates better. We're gonna stop it and wait for Karza to put defense down before we're gonna use it. There we go. That's better. If we're gonna survive longer. I was supposed to do this ages ago and everything would have been good, but look at that. 521, 666k, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't really got to see the last 3 digits very well, you know. And even his basic attack deals pretty good damage. 28,000 if you manage to see that hit there. It seems like we might actually survive all the way till the end, you know? Okay, Casper, 625k hit, guys. 625k hit. Such an impressive damage. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. Have you ever used this rare champion so far? I personally haven't, and I'm really impressed with him. I'm really, really impressed with him, honestly. Seeing such good damage from him, you know? Now, I feel like Casper does ultimately bring more damage with his ultimate when more wild heroes are in the team and his daggers are proccing like crazy. You know, if I would have another wild hero in the team, it would be very, very solid. But just paying attention to this, I really think that is spot on. You know, like look at that. Casper, 39% of the damage, 15.6 million. And we have Bronwyn with 14.4 million, 36.1%. Very impressive. Very, very impressive, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. If you ever used this rare champion, and if you did, what is your opinion on him so far? Just to give you guys a quick update, how I mentioned I still need to use the team with Erich, but this is what I have so far in terms of teams. I've made a few adjustments just to be able to build a few multiple teams. So I just transferred characters around. Like I have this one with Edgar, I have Foley, Rash, and we have, of course, what's it? I literally forgot his name right now. Alfie, sorry. I had to move Thorin instead of Estelle, you know. So Estelle was meant to be in this team, but then I decided let me just transfer them, make my life easier with this last team. I have a lot of characters at level 90. You don't need to go past level 90 only on tanks, guys, okay? The rest of them will get the job done, especially on bosses like this. If they're not getting hit by the enemy, don't bother to go over level 90. You know, just get them to rank 5 and you can stop there and forget about it. So these are 14 teams up and running so far. I will start my last one right here. I already showed you the build on the character. We're gonna go with the last team, and let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. What do you think about this rare champion? Appreciate every single one of you guys watching. Big shout out to Dragonheir again for sponsoring today's video. And if you guys want to get involved with Dragonheir Silent Gods, you can download the game by using the link in the description down below or in the pinned comment or by scanning the QR code you see on the screen. I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.